So in my case, if I hadn't moved from my previous insurer to the one that I'm currently with, I'd be paying like at least £200 more for a cover that didn't even include breakdown cover, which my current one does. So yeah, got rid of that, now using TubeBuddy, and yeah, life is sweeter because I'm saving myself at least £25 each month now, so I'm happy about that. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back. So as you can see by the title of today's video, we're going to get very practical. So I'm going to be talking to you about things that I actually implement in my own life on a day-to-day basis that help me to be able to save. So hopefully by sharing these things with you, they'll also help you on your own savings journey. So let's get into the video. So practical tip number one, on payday, you want to transfer yourself the amount that you plan to save for the month straight into your savings account, whatever that is held. The first thing you do is not go and buy yourself that, that top or that pair of shoes that you maybe saved in your wish list, or, that list of things that you wanted to buy. No, you want to pay yourself first. You want to put your money straight into your savings, or, allocate the money that you plan to save for the month first thing before you do anything else. Practical tip number two is to set up an investment ISA for yourself. So this is different to the lifetime ISA or anything like that. An investment ISA is basically like your first step towards investing. So essentially it's like a savings account, but you get a better return on your money. So personally, I set up my investment ISA, I believe it was last July, and in the space of 1 year, well, it's not totally 1 year just yet, but my investment ISA is giving me a 9% return versus my standard savings account with NatWest, which is giving me like, what is it, 0.1% the interest rate is now. So you can see the difference yourself. Set yourself up an investment ISA. It's a really great way to get a better return on your money, on your savings. Tip number three, do not start spending more each time you get a salary increase or you start making more money, whether it's through a side hustle or other thing. You don't want to increase your expenditure. You want to try and keep it the same, if anything, to be honest. You shouldn't really be increasing your expenses until like your income is substantially increased. That's the real way to build like wealth and just like be better with money, really. So with your next pay rise or the extra income that maybe your side hustle or other business is giving you, you want to increase how much you're saving and also investing. The next tip is to incorporate your bigger purchases or things that you want to do to, splurge or treat yourself in a special way. You want to incorporate that into a timeline. So set yourself a milestone, a goal as to when I'll buy item A, B, or C, okay? You want to plan those things into like the future so that they're just not like impromptu splurges. And in that way, you're also not denying yourself totally, but you're sort of making sure like there's some balance and you've planned for it. So for myself, an example of this is when I got my newer car. So when I was saving for my house, I'd said to myself, I'm not going to buy a nicer, newer car until I've at least got my house. So I'm happy to say that I was able to do that. And it's just really about setting yourself a goal and giving yourself that thing to look forward to and like keeping on track. The next practical tip is to have a monthly budget for food. Now, I warn you, the next few tips are going to be around food because really food is just a major area that, everybody needs to spend on. But at the same time, we like admit to like account for the little amounts that we spend on food because we think, oh, we need to eat. It's just food. It's just, £1 here, £1 there. But really and truly, it does add up. So yeah, this tip is to have a budget for your food. Have a set amount that you're going to spend on food, on your groceries each and every month. If you don't currently have a budget tracker, I'm going to link my personal one in the description box so you can download that for your own use. So it will help you to budget your food each and every week, each and every month, whichever way you want to do it. The next practical tip is to have a monthly budget for everything else. So outside of food, your other expenses, the essential things, and also the other things that are more of like want to. So like maybe entertainment expenses, eating out, activities, all those kind of things. You want to have them in your budget also. So again, the link to my budget tracker is also in the description box so you can download that to help you with your budgeting. So I'm just going to take a little moment to do a bit of promo about my budget tracker. But to be honest, what's so good about it is the fact that, there's sections for everything, so it's just really helpful for budgeting. So obviously you've got a section for all your income, so not just your main job but also any other side hustles or businesses that you may have. There's a section for how much you're going to save, how much you're going to invest, a section for your essential expenses, and then a section for like the sort of like what's the term, the things that you want to do. So again, entertainment, all those kind of things. So yeah, it just really helps you to like plan out everything and make sure that you're being the most efficient with your money. There's also a section for debt management. So if you're somebody that has any debts, whether that's credit cards or other loans, like there's a section in there that will help you to be able to pay that off in a a timely manner. So yeah, really good budget tracker. The next practical tip is to create shopping lists. So this is mainly for like food shopping. So before you go food shopping, you want to write out a list of all the things that you need so that you quickly go into the shop and then get out quickly. There's no walking around the aisles, you know, just having a look and seeing, you know, what you could pick up. No, that's how you get into spending on things that you don't need to spend on and also waste at the end of the day. So yeah, make yourself food shopping list before you go out to do your grocery shop. I've also started to incorporate the idea of making this in terms of like outside of food also. So even in terms of like maybe clothes or items that I see and I want to buy, I'll note them down and then, you know, I could possibly come back to them later. It's not every single time that you see something that you must buy it there on the spot. Sometimes you realize that if you just give it a while, even a couple of days, you'll either one, forget about it, or two, the next time you see it, it's just really not that big of a deal and you may not even really want it as much as you thought you did. So yeah, that's another tip to, you know, write down the things that you want also outside of, you know, grocery shopping. The next tip is meal planning. So meal planning is really going to help you with your like food shopping list, because at the end of the day, before you create a list, you need to know like the kind of meals that you're going to be having so that you can go out there to the grocery shop and buy the right ingredients. So yeah, meal planning is so key. It's good to like meal plan, I'd say, on a weekly basis. So again, you can bulk buy or, you know, buy for the week the things that you'll be eating, and again, reduce waste and reduce like spending unnecessarily. The next practical tip is to buy different items in like different supermarkets. So for me, for example, I'll buy salmon in like, you know, Asda or Lidl preferably, rather than Tesco, just because there's like a £1 difference. So it really does add up, especially if you're buying, you know, a few at a time. So yeah, try different supermarkets, different, you know, places to buy different items to save yourself some money. The next tip, which I already kind of like lightly touched upon earlier, is to do a weekly food shop rather than going like maybe food shopping every single day. Now the main reason being, again, is that, you know, you're gonna spend more if you go to the shop every single day, because you're kind of forgetting about the things that you've already bought earlier in the week to now focus on a new thing. So each and every time you go during the week, it's like you're just adding more and more to the list of things that you're buying that maybe you don't really need to buy. So especially if you're somebody that, you know, you're only cooking for one, or like, you know, you're a small family, whatever it may be, like going food shopping on a weekly basis will be a lot more budget friendly. The next practical tip is to use like loyalty cards or like store reward cards. So for example, your Tesco Club card, Morrison's Mall card, like wherever it is that you shop, use their loyalty cards, because it's just so good. One, like you could save quite a bit on in-store items, and two, a lot of them you can change your points into like money off vouchers or coupons. So my personal favorite right now is Tesco Club card. Tesco's my nearest supermarket. Well, Tesco and Lidl, but yeah, I really like Tesco because I'm easily able to transfer my points into money off vouchers, which I can use in store. And also with club cards, like, you know, when you go in store, there's like member prices, which is really good, and a lot of the time you can get like £1 off items or even more. So yeah, it's really good. Definitely use your loyalty cards and rewards. The next practical tip is to use discount codes online. So when you're about to buy an item, before you hit buy or pay for something, just do a quick Google search for, you know, discount codes that are active online. This could save you quite a bit of money, you know, 15%, 20% off. It really does add up. This is something that I do all of the time when I'm about to make a purchase. I also have a Google Chrome plugin called Pouch on my laptop, so it helps to like quickly scan the internet for, you know, active discount codes. So again, if you want to download that may be quite helpful to you. The next practical tip is to take your own bags out when you go shopping. Like, I don't know about you, but I hate paying that 25p for a bag when really I know I've got some in my boot and I just forgot to bring it out. So yeah, you know, take your own bags with you when you go out. Like, there's no point buying new plastic bags every single time. The next practical tip is to eat at home. So like, don't be so fast to always order a takeaway. And a lot of the time you may do it because you feel tired or you can't be bothered to cook. So what I'd say to that is basically that you want to plan ahead. Like, you want to plan times to cook when you know you're not going to be low on energy. And also make your meals like easy enough so that it doesn't take too long for you to prepare them. The next tip is to meal prep and take your lunches into work. So I'm currently working from home, so I haven't really had to do this. Well, I still do meal prep just to save myself time and also money, but yeah, I don't need to take it into the office or anywhere like that because I'm at home. But yeah, meal prep is just so key. Like, it just really helps you to, again, be resourceful with your money, make sure you're not overspending on food, and also it can just be a lot healthier and better for you in terms of like, you know what you're putting into your body, like it's going to be better, more organic than, you know, maybe going out and buying a takeaway when you're out and about, especially if it's like a thing for like work lunches. My next tip is to use cashback apps or like accounts that offer cashback. So my Santander account offers cashback, and I'm currently also using something called airtime rewards. So with airtime rewards, you get cashback on eligible items, and then the points that you get are then transferred into money which you can use to pay off your phone bill. So yeah, it's quite handy, and I have used it to pay off a phone bill before. So like yeah, using things like that is really helpful. The next practical tip is to review your insurance every month. Don't be one of those people that, you know, you signed up for insurance with one company and then you just leave it rolling after like the renewal date. Don't do that, because that's really how they catch you out. A lot of the times they'll forget to give you a discount for obviously being with them for a certain period of time, and two, they're likely to be pricier than if you go back out there on the market. Now this is especially the case for car insurance, because you know your car insurance is likely the most insurance that you're going to be paying. So in my case, if I hadn't moved from my previous insurer to the one that I'm currently with, I'd be paying like at least £200 more for a cover that didn't even include breakdown cover, which my current one does. So you can see it's just really worthwhile going out there, having a quick browse to see what else is available online. Also, I know it's not really going to be feasible for everyone, but actually when you move outside of London, your insurance drops by so much. So when we were still in London, my insurance was about £900, I believe, on the new car that I got. And then yeah, once we moved over to Essex, obviously updated my address, now my insurance is down to like just under £400. So yeah, I'm saving loads of money just because we've moved outside of London. So yeah, it's crazy, but I'm definitely happy about that. The next practical tip is to review your subscriptions and cancel any that you're actually not utilizing. So this was a big one for me. I recently went through all of my subscriptions and I cancelled a couple, and a couple of them were actually quite pricey ones that I really wasn't using, not that much anyway. You know, when like you may be using something and you feel like maybe it's actually helping you, but when you actually look into it, you're not even using the maximum functionality. So yeah, things like that. Also see where you can get rid of stuff that actually you don't really need, even if you thought that you needed them. So for me this month, I've removed my vidIQ subscription, which is basically what I was using to like really help with my SEO before. I say really, but I really wasn't using it to the maximum, and the things that I was paying for were really the elements that maybe I could have got for free, or maybe on the, you know, the next subscription down, or next plan down. So yeah, got rid of that, now using TubeBuddy, and yeah, life is sweeter because I'm saving myself at least £25 each month now, so I'm happy about that. The next tip is to have months where you don't buy clothes or shoes, or basically like just have a no spend month, or no spend on, you know, unessential things. I've been doing this for a while actually indirectly, but now I'm more intentional with it because I'm actively like really trying to save towards something. So yeah, it's just really good to be able to focus on not spending each and every month. The next tip is to use things like Groupon or Wowcher for money off when eating out, or for like, you know, experiences, activities. Where you can use them, definitely use them. You can save like 20, maybe 25%, or even 50% in some places. So yeah, it's just really worthwhile checking out what those places have to offer before going out to the places and spending, you know, all the money, because you can really get a discount in some places. My next practical tip is to price match. So let's say you see something, it could be like even a household item, like basically check out other places to see if they have better pricing on it, and then you can either go back to the first retailer and say, do you price match, and maybe they'll give you a discount, or just go and buy it elsewhere if you know it's cheaper there. My next practical tip for you is that basically not everything has to be a name brand. So this comes down to food, it comes down to clothes, it comes down to every area of life. It's not every single time. When you're doing your food shopping, it's not every day Tesco's finest. Some things it just really doesn't matter. The taste is not going to be better just because you bought a name brand versus a non-name brand. Yeah, with some things like I do get it, you want to get the name brand, but it's not every single thing. Also with clothing, it's not every single item that has to have a brand on it. When it comes to your socks, when it comes to like your basics, you know, even jeans, sometimes go to a cheaper store. Like it doesn't mean the quality is not going to be good, but it's just that it's not a name brand. Like that is not a problem, and I feel like that's a hurdle that some people do need to get over. My next practical tip is to make your own hot drinks. So you don't always need to go to Costa or Starbucks to buy yourself a drink. Make your drinks at home and then carry them out with you. So you just need to get one of those like what are they called? One of those like thermal cups that will keep your drink hot or cold, whatever it is. Like, you know, make a drink from home, put it in there, and then carry it along with you. Like, you're really going to be saving yourself a lot of money, because those drink places are expensive. The next practical tip that I have for you is similar to the previous one, but essentially take your own drinking water out with you. So take your own drink from home. Again, get one of those like bottles that you can carry around with you, fill it up with water. And so when you're out and about, you don't need to be thinking about, oh, you know, I need a drink, I need some water, let me just go into the shop quickly and buy one. Like, it, you know, it adds up. Yeah, it may seem small, but yeah, just, you know, carry your own drinks with you where you can. So guys, that has been my list of 24 practical things that you can do to increase your saving, to boost your saving, and just help you to save more. So although 24 items, that is not an exhaustive list. Like, I could really go on, but like, you know, we'd be here forever. But essentially, I just want to communicate the message that really when you get into the mentality and thinking of like saving, you'll find loads of new, quirky, different ways to save, you know, each and every time. So again, for me, I'm someone that likes to get my feet done. So not just a pedicure, but I like to get, you know, acrylic on my big toes and then painting with gel polish. So something that I tend to do now is like just have like a French manicure as my go-to, just because like it always stays looking fresh, like literally all the time. Like during this lockdown, I had a French manicure on my feet and literally it stayed in place. A couple of chips here and there, but you can imagine like my feet were set good for like months. So yeah, that's a little like quirky one that I've sort of realized, and basically I'm trying to maintain that. Obviously it's not every time that I'm gonna have French tip on my feet, but yeah, it's just another little tip there. So, you know, do little things like that. Again, as I said, once you get your mindset into this mentality of saving, like, you will find different ways that are suitable for you. So yeah, guys, I hope you found this video useful. Please do let me know in the comments if you have done. Please also let me know if you have any other saving tips. Share those in the comments. I'm sure they'll be very helpful to other people also watching. Yeah, as always, if you have any other video suggestions or things that you'd like me to talk about, please do also let me know in the comments and I'll do that for you. So thank you for watching and I'll catch you later. Bye.